Crawford, as great as he is, and we both agree that he's great, Crawford, as great as he is, and we both agree that he's great, this is effectively a welterweight moving up to 168.
In a sport defined by its unforgiving danger and life-changing rewards, there's something eternally captivating about the underdog who dares to chase the impossible.
I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life. I always been undershot, and I always came out on top.
And this September, the boxing world will witness a showdown soaked in legacy, ambition, and risk, as two pound-for-pound greats collide for the undisputed super middleweight championship of the world. Terrence Crawford, the undefeated maestro with a 41-0 record, steps up 2 full weight classes to challenge Saul Canelo Alvarez, a man who has ruled the 168-pound division with unshakable dominance.
Also, a good shot from Alvarez. He's got
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, but largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
I'm the best. That's why.
Crawford is already one of just 3 male fighters in the 4-belt era.
You don't have to be a VIP to get more than just.
Two divisions as an undisputed champion. .41-0 record steps up 2 full weight classes to challenge Saul Canelo Alvarez, a man who has ruled the 168-pound division with unshakable dominance.
Also, a good shot from Alvarez.
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, but largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
I'm the best. That's why.
Crawford is already one of just 3 male fighters in the 4-belt era to conquer 2 divisions as an undisputed champion.
But Crawford has created history.
But should he succeed here, should he overcome a mountain no one before has dared climb, he would stand alone in history as the first to achieve undisputed supremacy in 3 separate weight classes.
Everything's happened for a reason, and there's a reason why I'm here. In September, I'm going to show the world what greatness looks like.
Blocking that path, however, is a man who has never been beaten at super middleweight. Canelo Alvarez, a global icon, a national hero, and a 4-division world champion, has spent years fortifying a legacy that few can match. And while recent defenses may have lacked the edge that once made him ferocious, this challenge, this unique audacious threat, could reignite the fire that originally built his legend. It's legacy versus legacy, greatness versus history, a calculated king facing an unthinkable challenge. And on fight night, the stakes could not be higher. Welcome to the Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Crawford Fight Countdown.
Yo, what's happening, mate? What's happening? Yo, to all the boxing real ones, waiting for the biggest fight in the world. Less than 2 weeks, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to today's live. As you know, we're cooking one of the biggest fights in boxing right now. Canelo Alvarez versus Terrence Bud Crawford. Will Canelo beat him? Will he stop him? Or is Bud Crawford just too sharp, too slick, and too special? You know, we've been breaking down so many ways that both fighters can win. But the main reason that I need to tell everybody why Canelo Alvarez could possibly be too much for the American who's the most skilled fighter today. The size and the strength advantage. Canelo is a 168 pounder with a thick frame, with a granite chin, and carries real knockout power in both hands. Bud Crawford has never, ever faced a man this physically strong, ever in his life. Canelo Alvarez has faced way bigger guys and way stronger guys and even skilled guys. But Crawford has never, ever been in a ring with a man of the physical specimen of Canelo Alvarez. Canelo's signature, he might rip hooks downstairs all night. And imagine if he slows Bud Crawford's legs down. Once Bud can't move the same way, bro, he's in a danger zone if Canelo's landing to the body. Let's not forget the experience of Canelo Alvarez. I just want everybody to recognize that this guy's got experience. He has a whole bunch of experience and his resume proves it. His whole resume proves it, bruv. Canelo has fought and beat legit champions, bruv. From 154 to 160 to 168 to 175. Bud has never in his life been above 154. That is a massive jump. That is 2 whole weight classes, bruv. I want everybody to recognize that Canelo's counter-punching and his timing. When Bud Crawford, you know, yes, he's very tricky. Bud can switch stances, but Canelo can time him with those counter rights and his left hooks. Canelo's chin is granite. Yeah? Canelo's chin is granite, bro. Gennady, Golovkin, Kovalev, Bivol, every one of them have tested his chin, and his chin is granite. Bud's power may not carry up. If he can't hurt Canelo in any way, it's going to be a long night for Bud. So here's the real question. Can Bud Crawford, can Bud's timing, IQ, and switch hitting brilliance overcome Canelo Alvarez's size, power, and his body attack? If Canelo walks him down, we might be talking about the first man to stop Terrence Crawford. You understand? If you're listening to what I'm saying here. Yeah? If Canelo walks Crawford down, we might be talking about the first man to stop Terrence Bud Crawford. But if Bud pulls off the upset, he becomes the ultimate pound for pound king, the man who beat the Mexican superstar in front of the world. Everybody's got a prediction. The main thing is, does Canelo beat Bud? Does he stop Bud? Or does Bud's legacy grow even bigger? You know what I mean? Bro, I'll tell you what. If somebody's going to get hurt, really, if we hear in the paper the next day, or we hear the news or we see the next thing that happens, that the article is in the boxing world, that pound for pound fighter or great fighter gets stopped or great fighter gets hurt, what's going to be the first thing that comes to your mind without even watching the fight? Huh? If you heard, let's say you missed the fight, some emergency happened, and you heard a fighter got stopped, a fighter got hurt, what fighter you think's going to get hurt? What fighter do you think, if you're going to hear a fighter's got hurt and a fighter's got stopped, who do you think? If a fighter's going to get hurt, that fighter is not going to be Canelo Alvarez, bro. You understand what I'm saying? If a man's going to get hurt, that man is not Canelo Alvarez. See, the thing is, every single day, you know me though, I gave Bud Crawford a lot of props yesterday. Bud Crawford was the G. That was the live. Today is Canelo's day. We're going to break it down that people are forgetting who Canelo Alvarez is. Canelo Alvarez is a fighter, bro, that you can throw 100 punches at him. He's not a man that's going to get hurt like that, bro. He's taken everybody's punches. Go have a look at Bivol. Bivol landed the whole fucking kitchen sink on him. And Canelo just told him, keep coming. I don't care if I'm losing on points. Keep coming, bro. Is that all you got? Is that all you got? I'm telling you now. I've been hearing all the Bud Crawford fans coming in. But yo, he's going to hurt Canelo. He's going to punch him with the punches he don't see. Bro, Canelo's been punched with hundreds of punches he don't see. That ain't gonna hurt him. You ain't gonna hurt Canelo, bro. I'm letting the Crawford fans know that they ain't hurting this guy. They come in here telling me they're gonna hurt him. Nah, bro. You guys ain't hurting Canelo. Now, if somebody's gonna get hurt, it's gonna be Terrence Crawford. But I will say this. If Bud gets taken to the ropes, if Bud Crawford is in a fight like Mean Machine and he gets taken to the ropes, there could be trouble for Bud. Bud better fight a great fight for the whole 12 rounds and be sharp. Terrence Crawford got to be the technical genius that he is. And then he'll win the fight. Crawford can't get involved in exchanges. Crawford can't take... If Crawford gets punched, he got to let it go. He can't be the Crawford at 147 thinking he's going to get his own back. His own back could be him on his back. Crawford got to fight this fight calm, cool, collective, and play a chess match and frustrate Canelo Alvarez. You understand what I'm saying? Now look, ladies and gentlemen, we've been cooking it every single way. But I do feel that the man who's the bigger man, a man like Canelo Alvarez, to think that he's going to get beaten by a man who's coming up 2 weight classes, you're taking the piss out of Canelo Alvarez, bro. You guys are taking the piss out of him. Canelo needs to put Terrence Crawford in the dirt because he ain't going to get no respect otherwise. You understand what I'm trying to say to you? The fans are never going to give Canelo respect if he wins a points decision over Terrence Crawford, bro. They're gonna say this guy was meant to lose anyway. Canelo Alvarez needs to put Terrence Crawford in the dirt if he wants that respect. Look, Canelo Alvarez knows at one point that this fight was not even serious. Canelo Alvarez never even took Terrence Crawford serious until Turki Al-Sheikh said, yeah, I'll put the money up. Let's not forget about that, ladies and gentlemen. When Canelo was approached about Terrence Crawford some years ago, about a year ago, it was last year, wasn't it? And he laughed. He said, Terrence Crawford, he's too small. You know what I mean? So now, even Terrence Crawford at one point said that he don't see himself fighting no Canelo Alvarez. Now, we in a different place. Now we got Turki Al-Sheikh that's put this fight and he's made it reality. You know what? Canelo Alvarez knows that the boxing world is going to laugh at him if he loses to Bud Crawford. Canelo Alvarez loses to Bud, yeah? It's a biggest slap in his face. Not many people are going to be interested in Canelo's fights with Eubank, Hamza Shiraz. Yeah, that's him making money. But Canelo will be looked. Like, you know how the boxing fans are on the YouTube anyway. And on the YTBC, you will never hear it. That Canelo lost to a smaller guy and he came up in weight and he beat Canelo. Canelo will be getting it for years. Canelo will be getting it for years. And even Canelo knows it. Even Canelo Alvarez knows that he loses to Bud, man. That's a big time embarrassment. For Canelo, that's an embarrassment, bro. Him losing to a guy coming up 2 weight classes. I don't care who they are. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck who they are, bro. Canelo knows this is a disrespect. Canelo knows this is a disrespect. So I feel like Canelo really got to show. He got to show the world, bro, that I don't care what skills you got. I don't care what you come in with. You come to my weight class. You come to my house and try and take my throne. I'm going to fuck you up. He got to show that in the fight. Canelo got to show that in the fight, bro. I know people will laugh because even if Bud Crawford wins on points, the Terrence Crawford fans are going to deal with it like Bud Crawford killed Canelo. If Bud Crawford wins on points, they're going to celebrate like this picture. They're going to make out that Bud Crawford knocked Canelo out, or, you know, they're just going to treat it like that. Even if he wins on points, it's a major, 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 major thing for the Crawford, for his team, for the people. That's a major thing for the Americans. It's going to feel like this. If Bud Crawford wins on points, it's going to feel like this. Bud Crawford's going to feel like a monster. The fans are going to treat it like they will. It's going to look like this, mate. I'm telling you. Man, I'm telling you, bro. This is going to go fucking nuts. Either way we look at it, bro. Either way we look at it. This is going to look crazy, bro. I mean, this is going to go crazy. Because if Canelo wins, it's how he wins. If Canelo wins, how he wins. Does he let Bud Crawford survive a very tough fight with him? Is it a back and forth fight? Canelo ain't getting no respect for that. That's a moral victory for Terrence Crawford. It's even how he wins. You understand? And then if Canelo slips up and loses, yo, Bud Crawford it's gonna go havoc. It's gonna go mad. It's gonna be epic either way. But I'll tell you this. I will say this though. For everybody that's thinking it's gonna be the great fight, it could be ending up being a boring fight. Canelo and Crawford could end up being a boring fight. Will it be the fight of the decade? Will it live up to the hype? Will it be the fight that everybody's hoping for? Will it be a great fight or will it be a fucking boring fight? That's another thing to think about. That's another thing to think about, bro. There's a lot that goes into the fight that we're not even fucking thinking about, bro. There's a lot. We might think we're going to expect something great. It all depends. Just get ready, bro. It's about to be fireworks out here. Yeah? It's about to be fireworks out here. Some fan base is getting ready to be roasted. A certain fan base is ready to get roasted out here on the YTBC on Rapstar Boxing Knowledge. Is it going to be the Bud Crawford fans? Or is it going to be Canelo Alvarez fans? I didn't block nobody, bro. I don't know what you're saying in the chat. Adam, what's going on? Big up to Quick Slot. Big up to Stephen4722. Or both fans could be roasted. If it's a boring fan, both fans could be roasted here. Yes, Quick Slot. I don't know who you're talking about, brother. Who's blocking who? Why did somebody block? Yo, stop blocking people, bro. I'm happy to get roasted. If Canelo loses, I'll give Buddy's flowers. Yes, let's go. I don't know, man. I'll have to go into my laptop. You'll have to give me 10 minutes. I'll have to see what's going on, bro. Who the fuck is blocking these people? It ain't me. It's fucking some of the wrenches Stop blocking people, bro. Stop blocking fucking people out here, man. Wasting my time over here. Killing the whole fucking channel. Yo, let me get a drink. My big question is there's a lot of ifs, buts, and what ifs, what not. If Crawford loses, does Crawford's legacy take a hit? Yes or no? Because Crawford's trying to be a three-time undisputed fighter. He's already a two-time undisputed Hall of Famer. If Crawford loses, does his legacy take any kind of hit? Yes or no? It depends on how he loses. That's a good point. Nah, because the excuse is he tried to be great. Don't drink the UK water, right? I always drink bottled water, man. Yeah, bro. It depends on how he loses. See, if Crawford loses, I don't think his legacy takes any hit. But tell me if Canelo loses, it don't matter how he loses, his legacy is going to take a big hit. If Canelo loses, will his legacy take a hit? Yes or no? There's not even any question. There ain't even any question. From a man that's only beaten Victor Bostel and Ricky Burns. Stop playing games. And stop lying. Canelo fans have said that he's a fraud and a hype job. Oh, yeah. Bud retiring with the play day will be all right for the payday. Yeah, Canelo has more to lose. Bro, that's not even a debate. Ladies and gentlemen, Canelo Alvarez has way more to lose than Terrence Bud Crawford, yeah? Canelo Alvarez has way more to lose than Terrence Crawford. All right? Now, I'm going to send a link and let's hear what people got to say, bro. Less than 2 weeks to go. Less than 2 weeks to go. I hope the fans are not going to run away when the fight is over and done with. Let's cook.
What up?
How are you?
I'm great.
Can we meet you?
My name is Tunde Tupac, aka the Rap Killer,
Tunde Tupac.
the Rap Flexer, kill them all.
Your name. Your name
is Tunde Tupac.
Tunde Tupac.
You can write the Rap Killer there.
But Tunde is your
It's
name.
okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you. Tunde, with your dressing, I know the kind of song that you're about to present.
Yes.
So you want to tell us about it?
Just rap game. I kill the rap game because the haters want us down, but they're not going to get us.
You don't
Calm
need to
down.
tell us about the haters now.
Rappers, right? You're a
Yes.
rapper.
Rapper.
Good. Let's hear you.
Check it. Ha ha. Check it. Ha ha ha. Check it. Check it. Check it. I rule everywhere. I rule. They want to take me down, but they cannot take me down. Yeah. I rule New York. I rule Lagos to Atlanta. You. We go to Chicago. Check me out. Check my game. My game is tired. All the haters, I shoot them in the brain. Boom, boom, boom. I've been around with my guys, 50 Cent, Tupac, Biggie, Snoop Dogg. We're all in this game together because I kill them all. I kill Tupac and I kill Biggie. I kill them all because they can't contain my rap game.
Hey!
It's off the hook because I'll kill you all now.
No, calm down. You killed?
You killed who?
It's just a lyric. Don't fear.
Lyric.
Yeah.
Your lyric
Hey.
will put you in trouble. You have to be very careful. You don't just go about saying things that you don't know.
It's a rap game. That's how it is.
Oh, okay.
How old are you?
I've been in this game for more than 20 years.
How old are you?
What's it?
I'm 15 years old.
What?
Just forget my age. Just focus on how long I've been in the game.
And you know Tupac. You know Snoop Dogg. You know
By the
50
grace of
Cent.
God, we met in the States.
Oh.
Which state?
Akwa Ibom.
This guy.
You're just a joker. You know what? Just go. We'll get
Just-
back to you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, the only person who's turned up for the smoke is the journalist, the scholar, Mr. Suleiman himself. So it seems to me they got to listen to you, bro, while I'm doing a few things. So tell them, Suleiman. Tell them. Tell the world so they can listen to you
Good morning.
before people start cutting you off.
Yes, sir. Good morning. I think
Yeah, go on.
I think
The whole
this
stage
fight
is yours. We can't hear you, bro.
yeah, okay. This is a great fight.
Speak louder.
Okay, this is a great fight. I think Terrence Crawford is getting an opportunity to use to fight the best in the game right now to test it to dare to be great, because if he upsets Canelo, he's gonna be in the Hall of Fame, because he be fighting the top tier fighter in the game, and he'll move up the ranks and pound for pound. The only chance that Crawford has, in my opinion, of winning this fight is if he goes southpaw. If he goes southpaw from the beginning of the fight and starts pumping that jab, similar to what he fought Raimundo Beltran at lightweight. He had problem with Raimundo because Raimundo was at that time he was Manny Pacquiao's sparring partner. He's very aggressive, had a powerful style similar to Canelo, and Crawford knew he couldn't fight him orthodox. He couldn't stay in the pocket and trade with him. So the only way he was able to defeat him is by going southpaw and confuse him. And he basically outclassed him, outpointed him. You know what I'm saying? He basically won the whole fight with a jab, worked from the jab. And at the end of the fight, they showed the stats of his connect ratio on Raimundo Beltran, and it was all like jabbing, southpaw shots, hook shots. He was very defensive minded in that fight. If Crawford stays focused and does that from a southpaw stand, he might have a chance to basically maybe outbox Canelo. But if Canelo is able to hurt him with his punching power, because Canelo, mind you, is very acclimated to that weight, and he's the undisputed champion. He has a lot of power in those hands, and if Crawford can't deal with that punching power, it's gonna be a problem. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be a problem for Crawford. Crawford's gonna have to be on a bike, and if he's scared of the power, the only way he could do to win this fight is go southpaw and box and move, box and move, box and move. Be scared. Fear is a factor that might make you win a fight because it'll stay you focused. You know what I'm saying? If he's fearful of the punching power, because Canelo is destructive with those hands. People are starting to forget about how destructive Canelo is. I could point out fights that Canelo knocked out Avery Yildirim with a body shot. And that was a number one contender for the WBC at the time for the 168-pound division, a big Turkish contender that went rounds with.
Isn't that the same Avni Yildirim
Yeah,
that got knocked
yeah,
out by Chris Eubanks?
yeah. And Chris Eubank of knocked Mr.
Chris Eubank knocked his teeth out.
But he knocked him out in the tournament. And Chris Eubank is known. Chris Eubank is a power puncher. Chris Eubank started career at 168. Chris Eubank is a big power puncher. And Chris Eubank, he was eligible. Mr. Robot was eligible to fight Chris Eubank, the current a two-time IBO champion at 168-pound division, and Chris Eubank knocked him out.
All right, shall we go? Let's listen to Major Key Boxing in the house. Let's
My
change the
brother, how
vibe.
you
Let's
doing,
change
man?
the
How's
vibe a
everybody
little bit.
doing, man? Hey,
Let's.
listen, I wouldn't go to Abney Yildirim if you're trying to make a point. You know what I'm saying? I mean, listen, I did definitely that was a whole discussion for like a year. Like, I wouldn't definitely not, if you're trying to prove a point, don't bring up Abney Yildirim because at the end of the day, I personally still agree that Callum Smith was the toughest fight for him, and that's why he chose to break his arms. That's the only dude that actually survived against him. Billy Joe Saunders was also considered tough at the time, and so was Caleb Plant. But what did he do? He broke everybody down, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what. And the whole thing is the reason I bring that up is because Abney Yildirim was just somebody that he had to face. It wasn't like one of those contenders. He went straight to the top when he went to 168. He wanted to fight everybody. So it's cool. He was undisputed and stuff like that. And at the end of the day, if you want to really, really break it down like that, you know what I'm saying? Besides the acclamation of getting to the weight class and stuff like that, Canelo Alvarez, like everybody's been saying, he has a chin, bro. You're not gonna drop him, bro. You're not gonna drop him. You're not gonna move up, especially and drop him. Nobody has dropped him. Not even Kovalev. Kovalev was at 175. He couldn't drop them. Bivol couldn't drop him. Nobody could drop him, bro. He has not been dropped. This guy's been fighting old men since 15 years old, bro. You think that all of a sudden, I love Bud, bro. I love Bud's skills. I think skill-wise, Bud presents a great danger. He's one of my top three, just like Canelo is. You know what I'm saying? As far as pound for pound. But that's just in my position because, that's all subjective. Pound for pound is subjective. But what I'm saying is at the end of the day, I'm going to land a plane right now. I'm going to say is that Canelo Alvarez and his trainer are very dedicated to studying styles and adjusting to them. And Terrence Crawford, as great as he is, he can switch positions in the ring and all of that. But I don't know if his trainer is that great that when Canelo switches up styles, you're also going to take into consideration trainers. And I think that's where we're falling short in this conversation because we're just talking about just fighters. And if you look at fighters, I'm sorry, Bud is not going to knock out Canelo, and Crawford is a tough test for Canelo. But is he the first test that Canelo's ever tasted like that? No, he's not.
Go ahead, Suleiman.
Yeah,
Go on,
so
Suleiman.
I agree with gentleman. The great gentleman is saying that, but what I'm saying is like people tend to
The great gentleman. Let's go.
yeah, we've been going a couple of distant fights, and people tend to forget how destructive this man is. And to tell you, if Crawford got two ways to win, man. Crawford got the I know he got the little safety, like the safety mechanism. If he's in danger, he's gonna go southpaw. He's done it before. If he want to get a style, he goes southpaw. He did it before several times. He did it with Julius Ndango. He did it with Raimundo Beltran. He did it with several other guys. He goes southpaw. Even when Gamboa, you saw some glimpse of southpaw when he got hurt. And then once he saw that he could defeat the guy, that's when he went regular. But what I'm saying that this guy is very defensive minded. When he's in danger, he goes southpaw, and it's very hard to outclass him at southpaw. So let's look at that southpaw situation with Canelo. Canelo had problem with southpaws. Canelo had problem with several southpaws. He had Irislan Dilabo was a southpaw, and you see that fight. That's a debatable fight. He basically won the fight on body punches. That's what people say. But it was a debatable fight. He never ran it back with Islandi. Islandi right now is the current WBA champion at 160, and this man hasn't thought about asking for a rematch. Okay, and he's late in his career. You know what I'm saying? He never run it back with Islandi Live. Billy Joe Saunders was a very good southpaw, but the problem he was winning rounds in that fight, but the problem is he got hit with that uppercut when he came on the inside, and he got his overall shook, and that was we stopped. Demetrius Andrade was a very good southpaw. I don't know why that fight wasn't made. I think it's because his aggressive, disrespectful manner. That's what the fight wasn't made. But he was a big, well-known southpaw, and he went the wrong avenue and went to David Benavidez and got stopped because David Benavidez's size and volume punching was too much for him. You know what I'm saying? But he never got the opportunity to fight Canelo. You know what I'm saying? So southpaws it could be a problem for Canelo. You know what I'm saying? This man knows that. He knows that. So if he's in danger, he probably goes southpaw, and he likes to punch on the upper body. He likes to punch on the upper body. Like he knocked out Julius Ndango with a humongous right hook at his upper body and stopped him. And Julius Ndango was a feared man at that time. He was unbeaten. Thomas Buffer was the first guy to give him his L. You know what I'm saying? So this fight's gonna be something. I know there's gonna be a lot of feinting. There's gonna be a battle of wills in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? This fight's gonna be practically a guy that's unbeaten because Crawford hasn't got an L, and Canelo has been in the top tier of the game, the cream of the crop for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And he's there for a reason. He's there for a reason because his winning ability, his world star trainer, his highly accredited trainer that he has, that Reynoso. So they're gonna have game plans, man. He's gonna have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D, and Crawford's gonna have his plan B. His plan B is going southpaw and try to win the fight. If other style doesn't work, you know what I'm saying? He's gonna be pivoting side to side. He knows the guy's gonna use the ball on him. He knows the guy has very good head movement.
Can I ask you something, brother? Whenever you're done, I'll ask you a question.
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
No, I didn't want to interrupt you because I'm not disrespectful like that. But no, I just wanted to ask real quick. Okay, so based on what I said earlier and what you're saying right now, so which southpaw has beaten Canelo, right? That you're saying that like he has problems with southpaws.
Okay, Erizandi Lava, a debatable win.
But no. I said which one did he lose against? I didn't ask debatable. I asked which one did he lose against?
Okay, he didn't lose 20. The only one that there was a controversial win was Erizandi Lava. People say that he lost.
Okay, so no, I'm not asking about I'm asking who did he win? Or lose against, I'm sorry, or like I'm lose against, or whatever. That was southpaw. So Erizlani Lara that you keep going to. So that's your only example of his trouble with southpaws?
Yeah, he had trouble with southpaw.
Okay, well, every single person that boxes ever, I'm telling you this as a Puerto Rican from the United States, every single person that boxes against a Cuban knows that Cuban fighters are southpaws and they're slick fighters. So everybody has problems with them. That's why every single person, like Rigondeaux, everybody has problems with Cuban fighters because they're always southpaw. So besides that, do you have another example?
Okay, well, William Skull was not a southpaw, am I right? William Skull is not a southpaw. Was William Skull a southpaw, sir?
Did he lose against William Skull?
No, he did not lose, but was William Skull a southpaw?
Okay, so if he didn't lose again, give me another example where he lost.
Okay, well, we don't have an example of a guy that...
We don't have an example. Okay, so therefore your theory is flawed.
My theory is flawed, in your opinion.
Your theory is flawed, brother, and I'm not. That's not being disrespectful. That's just facts over feelings, brother. Your theory is flawed. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so that's your opinion, but what I'm saying, the man has...
No, it's not my opinion. Those are facts, bro. I just asked you to prove it to me, and you haven't been proving it because you don't have an opinion, proof, because it's an opinion. Oh, wow. You just give me an opinion. I'm telling you the truth. I gave you the opportunity to tell me the truth, and you still have no proof.
Come on, Solomon.
Okay, you said something that my opinion is flawed. So we know that he lost round to southpaws. Okay.
Okay. So you still have no proof. You're just talking about rounds now. We have reduced this conversation to rounds instead of actual facts about fights. That's what we reduced this conversation to.
I'm not here to debate with you. What I'm saying is that
I'm not here to debate with you neither, brother. But I just need to talk about facts. It's like, yo, bro, I'm Eastern Standard Time, bro. It's 4:14. I'm not trying to debate with you all night about something that's not a fact. I'm talking about facts. I'm trying to move this conversation along. Are you trying to move this conversation along, or do you just want to talk about opinions all night?
Okay, so let me finish what I'm saying. Then I'll let you talk.
Okay, well, if it's not based on fact, I'm gonna fall back and let you talk about that.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, right, what I'm saying is that if he goes southpaw, right, he win a couple of and have the opportunity to get himself reset and continue to win the fight. So Crawford might have a chance. He's done it before. He's a threat. You know what I'm saying? He goes southpaw.
See, if you would have talked to me about styles, I would have engaged in that conversation. But right now, you didn't do that. All you're assuming right now is that everybody's supposed to believe your opinion, but we're talking about facts, not feelings, bro.
Okay, so I'm saying is that he win rounds, reset himself, and be able to be in the winning win the fight against Canelo. He will offset Canelo's style if he goes southpaw. That's what he does. He also switches. So this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm thinking like in a professional boxing style. How is Crawford going to win this fight? And I know he's going to be switching from southpaw to orthodox. He knows he can win a couple of rounds by confusing Canelo by going southpaw.
That's basic, bro. That's basic. I agree with you that he's going to switch from. That's basic, though, my man, and that's what I'm trying to say. That's why I'm not trying to argue with you. That's actually basic. Everybody, I literally made boxing channels come up and eat their crow when fucking Bud Crawford beat Errol Spence, because I was literally on these guys' asses for fucking 5 years.
Yeah, because
so I made people eat their crow. Big boxing channels on my channel, bro. And I'm not trying to promote Rap Star, by the way, because my boxing channel, I don't do any content nowadays for the last 3 years. I'm just saying that I literally had people on my channel, like, you know what I'm saying, like eating their crow, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying. Like, I know what you're saying, what you think you're saying. But what I'm saying is that at the end of the day, you have to understand that boxing is boxing, and Canelo's not going to get knocked out. So when we talk about the facts, we have to talk about the facts. Yes, of course, Terrence Crawford loves switching styles, and he loves doing this, and he's excellent at it. He's one of the best to ever do it. Okay, but also Canelo. I'm sorry, my guy. Just let me land the plane. So Canelo is also that great at switching and defending. He's also great at adapting. You know what I mean? So you're talking about two of the top 3 pound for pound in my eyes fighting against each other. But the difference is that Terrence is not acclimated at the weight class that fucking Canelo has been dominating, bro. And that's the problem.
I agree, but also, if there's gonna be a stoppage in this fight, it's not gonna be a knockout. It's gonna be like probably a TKO. Like the guy's gonna get stunned, and the fight is gonna throw a lot of shots, a couple of combination, and they're gonna stop the fight.
What's your name? Suleiman? You said Suleiman?
Yeah.
I want to give you a heart to heart real quick. Do you believe that Usyk is one of the greatest at the top?
Well, I right now at the present time, but there's a lot of rookies that could take those belts. Like
No. I don't want you to dilute the question. I just asked you a simple question. It was yes or no. Like, do you believe that Usyk is one of the top right now?
Yeah, one of the top 5. Yes, he's one of the top 5.
Okay,
yeah.
So the reason I asked that is because it's a simple question, because it's anybody that's smart. Usyk, when he first moved up to heavyweight, he fought Witherspoon, and people thought, oh my God, he had a tough fight. No, he was just trying to get acclimated. So he that's why he chose Witherspoon. Next fight, Derek wore Chisora. Why? Because he wanted to see if he could take the heavyweight punches from a war dude like Derek Chisora, to see if he can outlast that. Then, what was the next fight? Can you tell me that?
Derek Chisora, I think.
Who came after Derek Chisora?
I don't remember offhand. I don't remember offhand, but it wasn't Joshua.
All right, everybody on this panel knows, especially Rap Star, who came after Derek Chisora.
It wasn't Joshua.
It was.
It was Joshua?
It was.
Okay,
he took the first fight with Witherspoon to see how he get acclimated. He wanted to test himself, and everybody, he lasted all of the whole fight with Witherspoon. He's not gonna last. And then he took the fight with Chisora, and then it was just to test the weight to see if he could take that pressure from a war dude like Chisora. And then he fought the champion, and he beat the champion, and then he beat the champion next time more convincingly. And then after that, went and became undisputed, bro. That's what you have to do. You have to become acclimated. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You can't just, as great as Terrence Crawford is, bro, as great as he is, all boxers are great, bro. But you can't just jump. Like, not everybody's Roy Jones, bro. Not everybody's Roy Jones. You can't just and be in a weak division with John Ruiz, because you have to get both of those at the same time. You have to get, it's Canelo versus Crawford. It's not Roy Jones versus Ruiz, bro. It's a serious fight with two top-notch boxers right now.
So that what you're saying is in your conversation right now that Crawford is not ready for Canelo because he hasn't acclimated to the division.
Yo, what's chopping up over here?
That's what you're saying,
are
right?
we getting a good debate over here?
I feel so.
Okay,
I
that's
think that's
good.
what
So
you're saying, like,
Solomon's
your
giving
brother,
good,
that
good,
Crawford's not
good
ready
views
for you.
out here. Let me send the link for others while I'm having breakfast. Big up to Solomon, Major Key in the house, and everybody in the chat. Let's keep
Yeah,
it
shout out
moving,
to you
bro.
guys, man.
Go ahead.
So you say that
He
he's
said
not
he
ready
eating
for you.
breakfast. Shout out to you, Rap. Go ahead, Suleiman. Go ahead, Suleiman. Because I'm actually gonna go to sleep and eat breakfast because I'm on the East Coast. I'm not I'm not over there in the UK, man. But
I'm
you
on
know
the
what I'm
East
saying?
Coast
I'm already
myself.
late to go to sleep.
I'm on the East Coast myself, but like what I'm saying is like you're saying that Crawford is not acclimated to this, but the reason why Crawford is that Crawford he fights once a year. He got 3 trainers, so he could have probably got himself acclimated in training, like acclimated to inspiring.
Oh no,
You know
man.
what I'm saying? Don't you think he got acclimated in sparring? He's fighting bigger men,
My,
similar to Canelo.
no. There's a difference, man, between just sparring, bro. It's a whole different thing, bro. I understand what you mean. I understand what you mean, but I'm just saying. You know, I personally, have not been like somebody that has you know, fought. So I will throw that out there. You know what I'm saying? On a competitive level or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? Training is one thing. You know what I'm saying? Training, you know, doing a session here and there. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing. I've never done that, so I'm not gonna act like that. But I know people that have. You know what I'm saying? I actually am involved with nephews and family members that are doing that shit. And what I'm saying is that people have to get acclimated. You can't just throw them. You can't just put a middleweight and just throw them into a heavyweight fight, bro. Just because they grew over the summer, you can't do that, bro. You have to get them acclimated, bro. Because they need to take the shot too. What you're saying is that, oh, because he's bigger, he can just throw punches. No, number one, yes, his punches might land because he's quick and shit. But when the other punch lands to his face, that's a different type of power that he hasn't felt yet. You see what I'm saying? You got to get him acclimated.
And he couldn't, and on top of that, the strength of the other guy, because we noticed that he couldn't move Majimov. Like his punches wasn't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I love Bud. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying.
He wasn't moving Majimov. He had trouble moving that big dude, that big European fighter.
Yeah.
So his punching power is not going to have no effect. He's going to have the same problem Jamel, in my opinion, Jamel Charlo has. But he still could outclass him in boxing. He could just go southpaw all the way and just, you know, try to out.
But it's going to be boring then. It's going to be boring and then he's going to lose the fight. And so therefore you still lose the argument there because he still loses the fight.
Yeah, because he's very hard to our point. But if he does it the Bivol, like he boxes southpaw and it doesn't commit, you know, to his shots like Bivol was doing. Bivol hit him with a 1-2 and just jumped off, went long distance. Maybe he win a lot of rounds. He might make it very difficult for Canelo because he has that slick southpaw in him. You know what I'm saying?
Hey brother, I appreciate you being a cool dude. I think I made my point though, and I'm gonna fall off. And with that being said,
okay, thank you, man. Thank you for your commentary, brother. Much respect,
but at the end of the day, yeah, no, I hope I actually speak to you after the fight. But I appreciate you being cool and cordial like you are, bro. Because I hate popping up on YouTube channels where everybody's argumentative that don't know what the fuck they're talking about. So I appreciate you at least you trying. You know what I'm saying?
Analogies. We look at different analogies, but I'm looking at the pros and cons of both fighters. And we know the pro is that this guy is a threat when he goes southpaw. He negates other southpaws by going southpaw. The Errol Spence fight, Errol Spence is a brute, and he's a southpaw. People was was way behind, there were man fans for Errol. Guys like Fernand International. He was talking about Errol Spence like he won the fight before.
My guy. I just told you before. I literally had people eating crow that morning. That I literally you can look up my YouTube channel, bro. And again, Rapstar, I'm not trying to promote my shit, but he doesn't understand that I'm saying this. Like I literally like threw a video out as soon as he won that same night and said Bud eats fish, big fish or some shit like that. It was something like that. And I did a whole video about this shit, bro. And I had people that were running channels, and I'm not gonna mention their names, but that they were talking shit for years that Errol Spence was gonna whoop Terrence Crawford's ass. And I told them that it's gonna be easy. And then when they came on, they admitted it. They ate their crow and they said, "Yo, you know what? Yo, that shit was easier than they, like, just like you said. And I told y'all, yo, the Bud is superior to Errol Spence. But now we're not talking about Errol Spence. We're talking about Canelo Alvarez. We're not talking about Errol Spence. So those are two different topics. So it's not going to be the same thing.
And the bugged out part that these guys they did a show. One guy did a show, right? Bud Crawford's resume, right? From amateur to full, and he was saying that Buzz doesn't have the skill to compete with Errol. That Errol could box on his toes. That Errol was a big time, the greatest southpaw of all time, and all this thing. And then when the fight took place, the guy was never the same. The guy
No. He was a basic fighter to begin with, bro. He was a very 1-2 guy, bro. He was a fundamentally sound fighter, bro. I always gave Errol Spence credit for that. But Errol Spence was not talented or special like Bud. Bud is special. And so is Canelo. And that's what I'm saying. So if anybody thinks that Bud is the only special one, no. Pacquiao is special. You got a bunch of, like, Inoue is special. There's a bunch of special fighters, bro. You know what I'm saying? And if you think that Bud is the only special fighter, you got another thing coming when he fights Canelo, bro, because Canelo is also a special fighter. And he's in a higher weight class, and he's acclimated to it.
Okay, so now my opinion is Crawford has been hurt before and has persevered and came back from being hurt and win the fight. He did it several times. In my opinion, I don't think Canelo's been hurt. That he hurt to such
and
a
that's
point
why you body bagging yourself, because he has a beard, bro. And you think that the Crawford is gonna move up weight classes and that he's not acclimated in and hurt him? Are you nuts, bro? He's already moved up. Canelo himself, he's already moved up weight classes and not been hurt.
I haven't seen nobody hurt Canelo. Or the only one.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. So there's that's what I'm saying. That's why I said from the beginning with it's not that Canelo's not a badass. I'm sorry, not Canelo. Terrence Crawford ain't a badass fighter, bro. That dude is one of my favorite fighters right now, bro. I feel like he busts most people's ass, bro. But I'm not saying that I can't even say that he can't beat Canelo right now. But what I'm saying is it's an uphill battle with him because Canelo is also acclimated at this and he's a fucking beast. The only way Terrence Crawford beats him is on points and very closely, just like Bivol, because Bivol has a better defensive career than Terrence Crawford. Just put it like that. Okay? No, hold on. Listen to me 1 second because I do gotta go. Bivol has a better defensive career than Terrence Crawford. Okay, but yet it was a close fight. Yes, Bivol won because Canelo was dealing with this dude and he didn't know how to get in on him because this dude was so nice. He was tapping him on the outside. There was so many close. When you look at that fight, close range, it was so many close where Bivol could have caught it, but he didn't because he was just so elusive. He's nice like that. Terrence Crawford is nice. But the problem is that it's a different fight. He's moving up. Canelo was moving
but
up.
Listen to this while I'm eating. Yeah, listen to this. A lot of fans have come here and said that Canelo Alvarez's gas tank is not elite anymore, and Canelo has to pace himself and take certain opportunities now, not like before where he would take more of a risk. So in saying that, they believe Bud Crawford's got elite durability and stamina. So what they're saying is they think they can take Canelo in deep waters and then outbox him in the later rounds.
What they're saying, Rapstar,
and take over the fight.
Rapstar, what they're saying is that they don't understand that Crawford is older than Canelo and that both of them take care of each other, or to take care of themselves. That's what they're saying. They're saying that they don't understand. They pretty much picked a person and just ran with it without understanding that both of them are elite fighters. Both of them are. And if anybody lost it, it's not going to be Canelo. Yeah, he's got a little more wear and tear because he's from 15 years old. However, the dude is nice, bro. And Crawford also, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's been through a lot of wars. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand how much clearer I can say it. I really don't understand. So with that being said, bro, I'm gonna fall back and let you guys have the panel. Rapstar, I appreciate you having me up here. Hey,
the one who's took way less wear and tear is Crawford. Crawford's
Right,
body is younger, they reckon.
absolutely. But he's also
Alvarez is still
at 28.
way more
He's
wear and
38
tear.
years old. But he's also at 38 years old.
But I'm just saying, Crawford's took less
39,
wear
I
and
think,
tear.
right now, right? Isn't he 39 or what? What is he at now?
No, Crawford's 37.
No, definitely not. He was 38 last year. How can he be 37?
I'm sure he's 37. He's going to be 38 and end of September.
I mean,
Go check.
I've been going from boxing for a minute, but
He's
I thought he
only
was 38 already.
He's 37.
Well, that's still older than what? How old is Canelo?
I think, well, how old is Canelo now? 35, 36? I'm not sure. 34, 35?
I thought he was older. He was always 4 years younger than. That's how I remembered it.
I
4
don't know,
years
man.
younger
I
than
think
Crawford.
Canelo should be 33, at least past 33, 34.
Well, all right. Well, my point being, brother, look. At the end of the day, he's not older than Crawford, so we can't be saying, "Hey, he's just older." You know what I'm saying? Like I know what people are saying when it comes to that. Some people get that wear and tear and stuff like that. But you got Eddie Reynoso, you got this dude that's willing to fight, man. He's a defensive fighter. I'm a fall back, man. You guys could debate this shit all night. Man. I gotta go
While
sleep,
I'm
bro.
having my breakfast. Go ahead, bro.
But I appreciate you having me up, man. And Suleiman, I also appreciate you, man.
I don't know why anybody else ain't coming for the smoke. Al Kerpo's there every day. We got these guys like other guys coming in who got over 1,300. He put 1,300. Listen to this, Major Key. This brother here, CJ, put 1,300 of his hard-earned money on Crawford. That's how confident they are. So they're not even listening to what you got to say, some of them, bro. Go ahead, CJ.
Hey man, say man, it's not that I'm not listening. Again, I got it 60-40, but it makes it more spicy, more exciting for me when I got a wager on it. So it's already a highly anticipated fight. I just want to have some bread in the game, man. That's where I'm at with it. But I do, obviously, that's where I put my money. Give the edge to Crawford. Did old boy already drop down? I wanted to address some of the things he was saying.
Yeah, talk about what the homeboy was saying.
Okay, so as I recall, I just hopped back in. I've been back and forth on different streams, but
Everybody hops back in when they think that I left.
No. Okay, you here? Great. Absolutely. I'm I'm actually happy, so I can address your points one by one because we might agree on some things. Actually, I'm not just out of pocket. Ask Rapstar.
No.
I got
I would hope so because I thought I was speaking pretty logically, but I'll let you continue.
So I think the last point that you were making when I hopped up was that God damn it, you fill me in. I had it in my head. It's late night over here on the West Coast, but you were saying something. Hold on, you were saying something about I hopped up for a reason, man. You were saying that something about Crawford's resume. Oh no, you were saying they're both special fighters. I completely agree. I give Canelo all his props. However, yeah, where I disagree with you is recently I've seen more examples of Canelo looking subpar or not living up to his quote unquote resume, like the aura, his legacy he has, than I have Crawford. Crawford, you could say at the max 1. Canelo, you could say the past 4 or 5. So that's where we differentiate. Canelo obviously has a better resume, in my opinion, but Crawford has looked better recently. You feel me? So I'm looking at it in a vacuum. You can't bring a briefcase in the ring and have your resume fight for you. It's about how good you are right now. So I think that's our only like where we differ. You got it.
So how? No. Let me ask him. How does which fight made you feel like Terrence Crawford looked better than Canelo? Just so we can start off the dialogue.
Okay. Well, I would say the sample size again. In statistical manners, I would take the sample size of Crawford stopping everybody at 147 versus Canelo's last 4. Granted, these are bigger dudes. I'm not being unreasonable, but he wasn't stopping anyone for the past like 4 fights or so. So that's why I say that.
Okay, so if we're comparing reasonably, right? Which people did he stop at 147 that you're saying that Canelo didn't stop at his weight class at 168, right? That you're talking about
Well, he
168,
stopped.
right?
Crawford did stop a number of dudes that have never been stopped before, such as Porter, Spence. I know I'm missing another name, but there's at least 3 names there. And again, 11 or 12 KO streak is nothing to sneeze at, especially at a decorated division like welterweight. I don't see why we're discrediting that. I don't have to discredit Canelo to back my Crawford pick. And it seems
No,
like
but
you're
the one that disagree with me. I didn't disagree with you. So that's what we're talking
again,
about.
I'm just saying that this is what there's a reason why I was ready to put up 1,300 on it, because the things that I'm pointing out. I mean, you're free to disagree. I'm not cussing you out or nothing. I'm just saying that.
No, I'm listening. I'm listening. I'm just saying. Go ahead, brother. I'm sorry.
Can I say something? A flaw that you, a specialty that you are on both fighters. So what you guys are saying in your argument, in my opinion, that Crawford is a much better finisher at the present time. Crawford is a much better finisher of his product of the fight. He's a better finisher. He could stop you at any time. He's a better finisher than Canelo. Canelo's not finishing his product anymore. He's playing with his food. You know what I'm saying?
That's part of it.
That's an advantage that Crawford has right now. He's a much better finisher. So
I didn't say that, but you guys are saying that. I didn't say that at all. You guys are saying that.
I think he's just speaking to what I'm saying. Let me clarify. That's part of it, and it's not even that. Even though I got that much money on it, it's not that I see Bud finishing Canelo. It's more that he's just closer to his peak than Canelo is. Is my overall point. Does that make sense?
So you know what actual boxing? Do you know the age of peaks is? And not for everybody is the same, but I'm just saying. Do you know what the natural age is for peaks? Do you know that, or what is traditionally known? Not what's recently, because you can look up on right now on the internet, and it's going to give you a bunch of different answers. But you know what traditionally the peak is?
Well, again, Ali's peak wasn't akin to fucking Lewis's peak, right? And let me point out this in more recent time. Like, okay, but Tyson, in the same era, mind you, in the same era, Tyson's peak ended at and that's my favorite fighter of all time, so I know this pretty well. It ended at the Bruno. It ended. Hold on. Let me cook real quick. I'll pass the mic. It ended at the Bruno fight, so we had like a 4 or 5 year at max peak, whereas Lennox, his shit came later and it was more extended. So I say that to say it depends. It's fighter to fighter. So just because Crawford is 2-3 years max older doesn't mean that he's not closer to his peak. Y'all got it.
But the Klitschko's lasted a lot longer. But anyway, let me.
It's fighter to fighter. It's just fighter to fighter.
Leon Spinks' peak didn't last very long. Leon Spinks managed to beat Muhammad Ali in the first fight.
Ali, legendary. I feel you. Yeah, it just, again, it's person to person, so we can't say that. I don't think that's a wide enough gap.
I want to respond
if you were talking about like a 10-year gap.
Well, look. So if you want
about like a 10-year gap, I can see your point, but not a 2-year gap.
You can't keep interrupting though every time somebody says something, because I let you speak the whole time. He didn't let you speak, so I was letting him speak because he deserves to speak first. You know what I'm saying? Because I was talking my shit beforehand, but he deserves to speak. But if you're gonna keep on interrupting everybody answer, then I gotta interrupt you. Then you know what I mean? So I'll let him speak.
No, I'm saying like this guy right there. It's true what he's saying about the peaks, but smaller fighters' peak don't last that long, because Joe Frazier's peak didn't last that long. Leon Spinks, because they're small dudes, didn't last that long.
Yeah, I think you just. Yeah, I'm going to let him
speak. He doesn't know how to control himself, bro. You don't know how to control yourself, bro. This is not a conversation, bro, if you can't control yourself, brother. No, you're not controlling yourself, bro. You're not controlling yourself, bro. I was about to leave it to begin with, bro, and you're not controlling yourself. That's not the way a conversation. No, I'm sorry, brother. I got 10 children, and you're acting like you don't have discipline. Don't fucking act like you don't have discipline, bro. We're having a conversation. Shut the fuck up when other people are talking, bro.
Okay,
can't
now
you
got a result to
No, because you're interrupting so much, bro. You're interrupting so much. It's disrespectful. That's disrespectful. When people are speaking, you shut the fuck up and let somebody land the plane, bro. What's wrong with you? And I wasn't even the one talking. I'm just letting you know.
All I was saying is
no, Suleiman was talking. You shut the fuck up because we already heard what you had to say. And what you said, we already heard. And if we disagree, we have the fucking we have the fucking no. This is the avenue to speak. You don't cut off people when they're talking when you have the same
I
fucking
agree,
platform
and
to speak
then
with
I let them
everybody
cook.
else. Just shut the
said
fuck
I
up and let them
agree,
talk.
and then I let them cook.
Okay, I'm gonna shut the fuck
Can't
up
even
then.
say I
All right?
agree.
No, I'm shutting the fuck up. That's what I said. Suleiman, are you gonna talk? You see what I'm saying?
So you like it's true what you say, like like smaller fighters, like this guy's a smaller fighter right now. Um maybe his peak is elapsing because people say he was losing his legs before the Errol Spence fight, because he got dropped by this guy, that Mean Machine. He was taking more shots. They say he was losing his legs. He was relying more on southpaw stance. That's what people were saying, because that's what other people were saying before the Errol Spence fight. But after the Errol Spence fight, he was back on top of the game. He became undisputed at 147, and I believe as a second division he was undisputed. So now he moved up to 154 because the Errol Spence rematch didn't go through, and then he went to fight a guy that he couldn't move him. You know what I'm saying? That's a guy with 10 professional fights. He had trouble with him. Maybe he wasn't acclimated to 154. So now the big money fight. This is a fight that's been given to him. He asked for it. It was offered to that you can't refuse, because it's a boatload of money. You're getting to fight the top premier fighter, and maybe he tried to acclimate by sparring, because I know he only fights once a year. You know what I'm saying? So maybe he's fighting high quality sparring dudes. He knows he's gonna rely on a southpaw stance if he's in danger. So and he's a great finisher. You know what I'm saying? Canelo has been, he's not finishing right now. It's true, he might not be in his peak. So maybe he could get a TKO, like a stun Canelo a couple of times, hit him with a 6-4 combo, and the referee could run in and stop the fight. If he keeps doing that momentum, if he gets into the momentum, because he stunned Kell Brook and he finished Kell Brook. Like he was, Kell Brook looked like he was competitive in that fight. Out of nowhere, he hit him with a hook, and it was over. So he might be able to stun the world and stun Canelo, and get a standing TKO. He might be able to do it. Never know, because he is a great finisher. I have to admit it. The guy is a great finisher. He's a stunner. You know what I'm saying? So that's the only chance I see him winning. But or maybe going to southpaw. But Canelo is gonna have time to think. If he's going the distance, he's gonna have time to think. You know what I'm saying? So the only way he got a chance is by a stunning TKO. That's the only. I don't think he could outpoint Canelo, because Canelo is gonna be in his backside. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, I hear your opinion. Now, my brother, you wanted to say something. I was about to bounce before you said something, and apparently some people in the comments think, and I love the commentary, bro. I love it. I have my own channel, bro. I love trolls. I love all that. Now, what point do you want me to stay here to debate? If not, I'm out. So do you have something separate to say from what I was saying, or are we in agreement, or do you disagree with me on one aspect or another, so we can break that down before I leave, or what? Okay, so I don't hear shit, so the comments should not hear shit, and they should stay the fuck shut as well. All right, so all y'all can fucking suck my dick and shut the fuck up. Peace.
Okay, so after that being said, now being that he has a beard, Canelo has a beard, right? And people give much respect to beard. Still, you could be stopped. You could be TKO, because if I had a beard when I was fighting in the Golden Gloves, I couldn't be knocked down. I couldn't get dropped. But I got TKO'd. I got TKO'd because the guy kept hitting me, right? And if I didn't respond in time, the referee had enough and moved in and stopped the fight. So there's an opportunity for Crawford to win this fight by a TKO. Because if he hits this guy with fast combos, a couple of fast combos, stuns him, and like he has a couple of lapses. He's been having lapses, right, in his focus, Canelo. We have to admit that, okay? So if he has a couple of lapses, and acclimating to the style of the guy, and the guy stuns him, because he was stunned by Bivol, he was stunned by several other fighters. You know what I'm saying? So if he gets stunned, even in a John Ryder fight, he was stunned a couple of times, because John Ryder was giving him was getting ballsy in a fight, and he stunned him a couple of times. So what I'm saying is, if Crawford stuns him and hits him with a combo and gets the referee to stop the fight, he could get a TKO. He could get his TKO, and that would be a medium rematch. That'd be another boatload of money for Crawford, and Crawford would be a whole how you call all-time great. And then Canelo will have to be much more focused in the rematch, similar to like Muhammad Ali, Leon Spinks. Leon Spinks won a beautiful fight in the first fight, and then in the second fight, Muhammad Ali was more focused, and they were both very defensive, and he was just winning rounds on Leon, and Leon lost the fight. You know what I'm saying? On points. He couldn't use his offense like he did in the first fight, because he didn't want to get countered by Ali, because Ali has stopping power in that right if he catches you. So that might happen in this fight. There might be a rematch in this fight. If he gets a stunning TKO, like one of those stunning TKOs like he did to Kell Brook or something like that, a stoppage TKO on Canelo, because Canelo's taking shots from him, because he feels like, oh, I got a beard, I could take his shot, and this guy gets a TKO. You know what I'm saying? Then we got a rematch, and we got a Hall of Fame career for Crawford, because he did something great. He became a three-division undisputed champion of the world. You know what I'm saying? And he could be like a diva too. He could refuse the rematch. He could refuse the rematch, because that's what Errol did. Errol had a rematch clause, and Errol kept fronting on the rematch. You know what I'm saying? He kept fronting on the rematch, never gave Terrence Crawford his rematch, and that's why we got Terrence Crawford going up to 154 and fighting the WBA champion, who had only 10 fights, Israel Madrimov, and that fight took place because Errol kept running on the rematch, because he knows he's still going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. You know what I'm saying? With all his accomplishments that he has done, Errol Spence, and he didn't want a rematch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. You got any comments there, my dear brother? You still are on the panel. I guess not. I guess he don't want to say anything. So yeah, man. So there's a lot of outlooks on this fight. A lot of beautiful outlooks on this fight. We know Crawford is an excellent finisher. He's a little terror in there when it comes to finishing. I haven't seen any of his opponents survive where he's finishing. When he's finishing you, I haven't seen nobody survive the finishing. But once he's about to finish that donut, boy, you don't see nobody. I haven't seen nobody get out of that finish, boy. That finish, when he's on the finishing groove, when he's on the going for the kill like a harbor shark, I haven't seen no fighter get out of his killing when he's out there to kill, because even that guy, the Mean Machine, when Crawford was teeing off on him, I don't think he was able to survive that fight. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, who Amir Khan? No, nobody. I haven't seen nobody survive when Crawford is on the killer instinct. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo has been playing with his food too much. He's been playing with these guys, maybe because the guys are big, or he's just doing enough to win, or maybe he's just preserving himself. He don't want to take extra wear and tear, or tear muscle, or tear ligament, or tear cut, or something. I don't know. He's just probably preserving himself. The money's coming in like gravy for him. He's making I hear he's making a humongous boatload of money in this fight. I mean, this guy could buy himself an aircraft carrier from the kind of money he's getting in this fight. So, and by now, for all the commentary and all that he's getting, these two guys are going at it, these two Godzillas are going at it. So, he's making enough money to buy himself a small island or an aircraft carrier if he wants to. So for sure, he's thinking of every strategic way to win this fight. Maybe he gets green lighted in this fight and goes for the kill. I would like to see him go for the kill. I want to see him not pull no punches, go into Crawford. If he could stop Crawford in 3 rounds, so be it. Tommy Hearns was stopping dudes early, man. I seen him fight Tommy Hearns when he fought this Dominican Tommy Hearns guy who he ended his career 16, and 2 draws with 15 knockouts. His name was Pablo Baez. Pablo Baez, a Dominican guy. They used to call him the Dominican Tommy Hearns. The Dominican Tommy Hearns, all he won was a Californian national belt from California, because he moved to Los Angeles, California. And this guy was given the opportunity to fight Tommy Hearns before he fought Sugar Ray Leonard. And Tommy Hearns, this guy was boxing Tommy. This guy came in there. He used everything to win. And Tommy Hearns, he didn't play with his food, man. Tommy Hearns trying to knock this dude out in the first round. You see Tommy Hearns teeing off on him in the first round, trying to finish him. You know what I'm saying? So this guy was boxing his butt off, managed to survive all those rounds. But in the fourth round, Tommy caught him, concussed him with a TKO. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm saying, he teed off on him, left that man on the ropes, TKO'd him. You know what I'm saying? That's why TKOs are very important in boxing, man. Because this guy has a beard, like everybody's saying. He ain't gonna be dropped, but he could be TKO. You know what I'm saying? Crawford could hit him with one of those beautiful combos, you know what I'm saying? And stun the dude and just tee off on him in such a way that Canelo cannot respond and you get a TKO win. That's professional boxing. So, you know, that's what this man is counting on. A TKO on Canelo, you know what I'm saying? He knows he can't do 12 rounds fighting with this man, this monster at 168-pound division, this brute. You know what I'm saying? You can't beat this guy. This guy has head movement. He's always thinking in there. He's dangerous. He could cut off the ring beautifully. He have this guy on a bicycle all night. Jamel Charlo, a puncher.
Yo,
big puncher.
yo, Solomon, let CJ speak, bro.
Yes,
Let
sir.
CJ
CJ,
have a
talk,
couple
my
of
dear brother.
thoughts. Is that all right,
CJ,
Solomon?
talk, my brother.
Is that all right, Solomon? I know you're the main guy at the moment over here. I haven't been here.
Preach, my
I've been
brother.
busy.
CJ, preach.
CJ, CJ, I
okay.
know you're listening to the scholar, Solomon, but if you don't say nothing, he be the man talking for the next 2 hours, and he don't give a fuck about no man.
I can see that. Yo,
Yeah, and he's a one-man show.
hey, shout out to the brother,
I'll
even
be
though he
back.
was trying to diss me. I mean, really, nobody
What happened?
was.
He did. What happened?
He wasn't refuting anything I said that was factual, and he just got in his emotions. And I understand it, man. I've seen it 1,000 times, so it's nothing new to me. You know what I mean? So I'm not tripping off of that. He started yelling over me. I couldn't get a word in, and then my phone died. So now that I'm charging my shit, I'm back. You know, I'm not ducking nothing. But
Oh wow.
okay,
Mans were not answering questions. Okay, go ahead,
he
though.
was not. Yo, rap star, tell me real quick, man. I've been on here for like, I don't know, 5-6 days. I've been cooking people, right?
I mean,
Fool's
look,
been
everybody. Look. I hear you're cooking. Everybody's trying to cook. I just like it when people get intelligent debates over. When they shout over each other, the fans and the subscribers, they
right.
can't understand much.
Exactly, and especially on the playback, it's like of no value. So if you guys
But
respect the platform and the
I want to
channel,
give you the platform for 3 minutes
yeah,
right now. It's yours, and then
okay.
Solomon will come back in about 3-4 minutes. So let me
No,
give you the platform. I'm just doing something, though, brother.
that's cool, and it probably won't even take me that long. But I just want to say, as a general message, especially now that I'm a new content creator, like, and not to self promote, but respect the platform enough not to yell over somebody else, because the audience gets no value out of that. I know your ego might get into it, and you might want to say, no, my point is more important than what this motherfucker got to say. So I want to make sure I get my shit out. That's not the point of it. It's to have a conversation, a reasonable debate, so that the chat, everyone that's tuned in, can say, okay, I might agree with that, or I might agree with that. And that keeps the audience more engaged. So if you give a fuck about the platform and who's actually allowing you on stage, please respect it enough to have a reasonable conversation. And that was my main point. Again, I missed a lot of the conversation. I heard my man cooking just a little bit for like maybe 30 seconds because, like I said, my phone died, but I wasn't ducking anything. But my overall point was that respect the platform enough to have a good conversation. Don't yell over people. That adds no value to the conversation. You got it.
Go ahead, Solomon.
So yeah, so after that being said, these two guys are fighting. These two titans are fighting, man. So if a guy is an up-and-coming fighter, like a Richie Torres, like a Federico, what's his name? Diego Pacheco's little brother, Federico Pacheco. This guy should be fighting on the undercard. Canelo should put Fed Pacheco on the undercard, man. Fight a little undercard fight there, so he could get the exposure, because that's an American boxer from Los Angeles, California, Federico Pacheco, so he could get the exposure, because that's the future of boxing. They're gonna have to have an all-star undercard on this fight, because I want to see Federico Pacheco Fox. I want to see a Richard Torres get in there, because people saying that the heavyweight division, the American heavyweights are dead. I still think there's a lot of heavyweights that we could develop. There's Federico Pacheco. There's still Richard Torres there. I think Jared Anderson could come back. He just had a bad time that Cody's a huge dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But he still was a force in that fight. I still think Johnny Rice, he's a little older, but Johnny Rice had that big win over that dude, a dude that he beat him on cut. He hasn't fought ever since. I want to see him fight, man. I want to see him fight. I want to see Charles Martin too. I mean, Prince Charles Martin, yeah, the ex-IBF champion. I want to see him fight. When he fought Javid, that was a competitive fight. He got himself in shape. So yeah, there's a lot of American fighters still out there. You got Jarrell Big Baby Miller. He's still out there. He's a force. You know what I'm saying? He's getting clean now. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he could just join the snack program, get himself in the tippy top shape, and go in there. I want to see these heavyweights have the opportunity. Oh, I forgot the greatest one of all, Deontay Wilder, the ex-WBC champ, defending his title 10 times. I want to see him come back. If he can't become, then go down to Bridgeweight, man. Put Bridgeweight on the map, brother. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder, you could be a 2-division champ. Beat the WBC Bridgeweight champion. You know what I'm saying? I mean, Leon Spinks did that. When Leon Spinks know those dudes were getting too big, he tried to become cruiserweight champ. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so do that, man. Go down, become Bridgeweight. You can't deal with the punching power of these dudes like Big Bang Zhang no more. You can't deal with these Tyson Furies no more. But go down to Bridgeweight, become a champion again. We used to love that dude. I remember Donald Trump invited him to the White House. You know what I'm saying? He was representing American professional boxing champion. So I want to see Deontay finish on top of the game. I want to see him go out on top. You know what I'm saying? I know he's not going to be in the game for too much longer, but I would like to see Deontay, the Bronze Bomber, Wilder, go out on top. At least at WBC, Bridgeweight champ, or unified, because they got a WDBA version too. So you become undisputed champion at Bridgeweight. He could be the undisputed champion at Bridgeweight. If you got a WBC and a WBA belt there, get those two belts. You know what I'm saying? I know the WDBA guy's undefeated. You know what I'm saying? He's undefeated. He's a European dude. Bring those two Bridgeweight belts back to America. Defend them real proper like.
I got you. Well, let me respond to what you said. Let's ping pong it back and forth.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you kind of answered one of my questions on the way. I didn't even know that was because I haven't seen too many fights at Bridgeweight. I thought that was like a temporary thing, and then once the WBC couldn't get it over, then it just fell by the wayside. But you're saying WBA followed suit and they got a champion as well. Okay, that might be interesting. I don't think his pride will allow him to do that because he was the heavyweight champion for so long. That would be like a lesser, you know what I mean? Like a lesser feat, if you will. So I don't think he's going to go out like that just because of his mindset. I'm not saying it wouldn't be smart, but I don't see him doing that, knowing Wilder. But I mean, cool. Yeah, I'd rather see somebody go out on a high note. But at this point, with the damage he's taken, I think, and I hate to say this because I always like a comeback story like you, homie. Believe me, I got a little bread on Norman, but I would love to see Haney come back as well. So it's a win-win for me. I say that to say this, that at this point, I think Deontay might be better served to just hang it up. You got it.
Okay, so after that being said, I mean, I still think, in my opinion, Deontay Wilder, if he goes down, because the problem with Deontay Wilder, when he was a champion, he fought guys that the only big guy he fought as a defending champion was that guy Brazil, Dominic Brazil, and he stopped him in the first round. He TKO'd him. He's like we was talking about TKO. He didn't drop the guy, but he TKO'd him on the ropes, right? He blitzkrieged him. And
wait, you saying Deontay Wilder TKO Brazil? No, he knocked him flat the fuck out. He knocked him unconscious.
But the problem is that he blitzkrieged the guy. So, but the guy was bigger than him, right? But what I'm saying is that when the skill can't do that, he made a mistake by picking this guy Tyson Fury, and Tyson Fury was a giant. He's a 7-foot tall guy. The heavyweights now are becoming much bigger. Like Federico Pacheco 6'5", and he's dense. He's big. He's walking around like 280, 270. This guy, the one that beat Jared Anderson, Bacoli's a big, dense, cool dude. I mean, you got skill. Even to tell you, even Joseph Parker is too big for Deontay. You know, he's kind of dense. So what I'm saying is like right now at your career, you got the thin legs. Uh, you. They said that he's not a good boxer. I think he's a good boxer, but you know, he say his boxing ability is not that good. I think he could go out on top. What I mean, go out and retire as a champion, go to Bridgeweight, become a disputed Bridgeweight champion because there's only 2 belts there, right? Do it. Just follow the approach of Clarissa Shields. Clarissa Shields is the GOAT, right? She's the GOAT because she goes to divisions and she just takes all the belts because they're available.
Hey yo, Suleiman. I just want to say this. I appreciate your input. I appreciate your knowledge and what you're talking about. A lot of people are leaving. They said they're leaving because they wanted you to stay on topic. You went all the way to the heavyweights, to Deontay Wilder, to Clarissa Shields, down to Jared Anderson. Nobody wants to talk about that right now. Everybody's leaving, Suleiman.
What you want us to talk about then?
They want you to talk about what was the topic, was the biggest fight in the world.
Look at the thumbnail.
Yeah, that's what they wanted, bro. That's all that people's interested in. They don't give a fuck about Deontay Wilder, bro.
Okay, so Canelo's getting some high quality sparring, world class sparring. Let's go back to Canelo, okay? Saul Alvarez getting some high quality sparring. He's been in the ring in sparring matches allegedly with Jovan Ennis. He's getting acclimated to these big, faster guys that have a lot of head movement because Jovan Ennis has the best head movement I've seen in the game. He's very skillful boxer puncher, was a unified champion who vacated all his belts at 147 to go to 154. He's going to be fighting Uisma Lima. Okay, big shout out to Uisma Lima, my homie, current IBO champion at 154. So he's Canelo's getting his quality sparring with this guy. So he's going to be in tip top quality fighting shape. You know what I'm saying, against Crawford. What I'm saying is like I've been thinking about all night. What could Crawford do to win this fight? And to win this fight, it's possibly get a TKO. And to get a TKO, it's gonna have to be going southpaw. He's gonna have to be going southpaw. He can't have Canelo 12 rounds going at it after him. He can't have Canelo going after him for 12 rounds. He's gonna have to do a TKO over Canelo. It probably in the early or middle rounds. Confuse Canelo for 3 rounds. You know, it's gonna be a battle of wills. He's gonna have to break Canelo's willpower and be able to TKO him. If not, he's done because I don't think he's gonna survive when Canelo gets heated in the later rounds. He's not gonna survive, man. He's not gonna survive. He's gonna have to do his damage early, start hurting Canelo early, possibly swell him up. I haven't seen Canelo ever swell up either. He's gonna have to damage Canelo early, swell him up. He's gonna have to go southpaw. He's gonna have to get one of those TKOs. If he can't get a TKO,
let me know when you want to pass the mic, homie.
I'm done.
Okay. Cool. Hey, a reasonable take. I'm not saying it's out of pocket. I'm not saying it's impossible that it can't happen, but let me counter it with this. That I don't see why, especially again, I'm basing this on recent fights. Both their most recent, let's say past 4 or 5 fights. I don't see why you think he would have to stop him early to mid round to get a TKO when Canelo has been looking slower lately in the later rounds. That doesn't make sense to me, homie, just based on the eye test of what I've seen in all these fights. So I disagree with you there. Why would he have to why couldn't he win on points? Are you saying that it might be corrupt? And I don't want to put that in the air. I'm asking you if that's what you're putting in the air, because I think if anything, the boxing advantage would go to Crawford. As I said before, he's more dynamic, not as stationary as Canelo, so he could work angles better and get the advantage in that way and then stay out of danger. I'm not saying he's going to run, but in and out of the pocket. If anyone is built to have that advantage in this particular fight, it would be Crawford. So I disagree with that there. I'm not going to run on too long. You got it, man.
Okay, are you done? Okay, so check this out, right? We know that when he fought Errol Spence, there was some swelling. He had some swelling when he fought Errol. Okay, Crawford had some swelling on the side. Even though he won the fight, he had some swelling. He was a little red in the face when he fought Israel Maduro. Okay. He hasn't been fighting. He's also older. Okay. Canelo's gonna get his hands on. Gonna get his hands on. Okay. So the reason I'm saying that he gotta avoid going late, because if he has any accumulated swelling, he's also slow on the legs. Okay. He's older now. He got slow on the
No,
legs.
hold on. Who's slower on his legs? Who has slower legs?
I think Crawford in the later rounds slows on the legs. He becomes more stationary.
Wow. See, now you're putting too much sauce on it. That's unreasonable.
So what I'm saying, what I'm saying is that Canelo has the advantage, the killer instinct at the later round. Okay. So what I'm saying is the guy's gonna have to stop Canelo early, try to get a TKO early, or do a lot of damage early. So Canelo will be a sloth in the later round. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know about killer instinct in the later rounds. Canelo hasn't stopped anyone in 4 or 5 years. I don't know about killer instinct.
Yeah, but you saw how he handled Jamel. He had Jamel running all through the fight. He was hot in the last rounds.
Again, do you? Okay, well, let me ask you this. I won't even pose my opinion. I'll ask you a question. Do you believe that there's any possibility that Terrence Crawford takes a running approach?
If he's hurt, he has no choice. If Canelo's
no, I think he would rather. Given it, let me be fair. Given his wrestling background and me being an amateur wrestler myself, I think he would prefer to clinch if he did get hurt. Hypothetically, prefer to clinch rather than run. I think that would be more of a disadvantage, especially if his feet are slow, like you said. You got it.
Okay, but if he's avoiding a stoppage, if he can clinch, okay. But if he how about if he's about to get stopped and he's hurt? He's gonna have to box and move. He can't stay in the pocket. He's gonna get stopped. So I'm talking about survival approach. He's gonna have to box and move. He's gonna, if Canelo's teeing off on him, and like for example, like Canelo when he knocked out Amir Khan, he was killing Amir Khan to the body, bro. Like we don't know if Crawford could take those body shots. He was killing. He was killing Amir Khan. You see that fight? Go see that fight now.
Crawford is far from Khan. Would you agree with that?
I don't know because
you don't know.
Tall, he's 5'11". Yo, this guy's a 5'11". Amir Khan is 5'11", bro.
Again, I'm talking about size doesn't equal chin.
Well, because Amir Khan's a big Pakistani guy, bro. He could take a shot, bro. He
cannot take a shot. He's infamous for not being able to take a shot.
Well,
in another conversation, you would say it the other way. You got it.
He took a beating. He took a beating in that fight. He broke him down and he knocked him out.
I think I've been cooking. I've been simmering for a while. I might stick around for a little bit longer, but it's 2 a.m. out here on the West Coast. I'll probably drop off in a minute. But
okay.
That was cool. It was good.
It was good. But what I'm saying is that he could break him down. If he breaks him down, if 1 or 2 or 3, accumulation of punches. We don't know. His chin. You don't know how his chin is right now. Crawford hasn't been had his chin checked for a while. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know. Because basically everyone didn't chin check him. Everyone swelled them up a little bit, but everyone didn't chin check him. So who chin checked him recently? Nobody. So we don't know how his punch retention is. His punch retention is. If Canelo starts teeing off on him, we don't know how he's gonna react. Is he gonna swell up? Is he gonna slow down with the body punches? Is he gonna be affected with the body punches like Amir Khan was? Is he gonna be slowed down? His legs are not that there because he showed it in the meat machine. You know what I'm saying? So we don't know how he's gonna act. So Canelo has a chance of doing a late round stoppage, hurting this man. Remember, we're dealing with an undisputed 168-pound champ. We're doing it with the number 1 guy in pound for pound. It's Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Canelo's number 1 pound for pound. And a lot of Latino circuits, a lot of Mexican circuits, a lot of West Coast circuits, they classify him as the pound for pound. You know what I'm saying? And then they say Nui's a second. They say Nui's number 2, and then Crawford's like 3 or 4. You know what I'm saying? Some people say Usyk is better than Crawford. You know what I'm saying? So he's the top 5, but he's not number 1. So what I'm saying, Canelo is number 1. You know what I'm saying? People like him because he got that drop style, power forward style. He's been in the ring with all those dudes. He knocked out Sergey Kovalev. That's the guy that knocked out Sergey. You know what I'm saying? Sergey was trying to box him. He knocked out Sergey Kovalev. He chin checked and knocked out Rocky Lockridge, who was hot. He knocked out Tyrone Zuch, and he went and knocked him out with body shots, bro, at 168 pounds. A big Rocky Lockridge. Rocky Fielder. Rocky Fielder's a big UK guy. They was calling him Rocky. You know what I'm saying? And this guy knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? For the WBA regular belt. That was the first belt he won at 168 pounds. The WBA regular belt. The Reggie belt. That was the first belt Canelo won at that division. You know what I'm saying? So Canelo had to come in the hard way. He came up the hard way. You know what I'm saying? He came up through the back alleys, bro, at 168-pound division. He was knocking out dudes that had Reggie belts, bro. He knocked out Avi Yildirim with a body shot, bro. You know what I'm saying? He took all the fight at him early in the third round. You know what I mean? So we talking about a dangerous Mexican national, a champion that once again, he still wants his kudos up in those countries, Latino America. You know what I'm saying? We talking about Latino American champ. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, we talking about the guy that outclassed Cotto at 160. That was Canelo. The one that went toe-to-toe with Canelo's little brother. You know what I'm saying? Jose Cotto. You know what I'm saying? We talking about a dude that knocked out. You know what I'm saying? This is professional boxing at Rap Stars channel.
Yo, Solomon, what happened, man? You're the last man standing, bro.
Yeah, I know.
You took everyone out.
I'm talking boxing.
You took every single person out, innit?
Yo, give me a second, my brother. Give me a second.
Yeah. You gave everybody the best interesting topics. Solomon is the GOAT, like everybody said, bro. Man, oh man, Solomon came, he conquered, and he became a star today. The Solomon Show. Imagine the Solomon Show, bro. Fucking hell, wonder how many likes he would get. Solomon fucking he had about 60 rounds without fucking what's it called? Taking a breath. You know what I mean? Solomon fucking can talk without taking a breath, bro. This geezer don't even give a fuck if there was other people in the panel.
I'm like Dominic Carter from
He destroyed everybody in the panel, bro.
Yeah, man.
This man is the last man standing. You understand?
I'm like Bruce Willis. You know
Tell him, bro. Tell him. You're like Chuck Norris, mate.
Yes.
Hey, listen, I want you to talk about this guy, totally off topic. Do you know that this guy, we found out that his mother had died and Rampage Jackson's son, he nearly killed a man in the wrestling ring. What do you know about it?
Well, you know, a guy like that should postpone the fight, man. He shouldn't be fighting. If he's not emotionally stable, should not be in the ring, man. Because, you know...
You don't know nothing about him, no?
Okay, Jerry.
Yeah, I talked to the people about this fight. Keith Thurman versus Sebastian Fundora. Go on. I got a few things to do, bro. I'm busy.
Keith Thurman against Sebastian Fundora. Now, that's a great fight. I would like to see Keith Thurman at this too. I want to see him champion again. I really like that. The guy from Tampa. You know what I'm saying? I think he was the best pound for pound at one time. Keith Thurman, one-time Thurman, the best pound for pound man. Mind you, he's a very small dude. He's like 5'7", man, 5'6", 5'7". And this guy, he was stunning the world. And he lost by split decision, right? You know, that fight, bro, he was teeing off on Manny Pacquiao, bro. He was hurting Manny, but he's robbing him the fight. Even though he got dropped early, he won that fight, man. You know what I'm saying? Manny Pacquiao was not the same after that fight. Manny Pacquiao was getting stunned, and he became WBA champ. You know what I'm saying? Then he lost to Ugas. You know what I'm saying? But Keith Thurman, look at the fights, man. Look at the quality of fights. He fought Mario Barrios, who's currently a champion now, completely outclassed, a world-class fighter. You know what I'm saying? Moved up to 154. Fought all these fighters at 154. Fought this guy from Australia and completely knocked him out. You know what I'm saying? Now he wants to fight the Towering Inferno. The Towering Inferno never been in a ring with a guy like Keith Thurman, a unified champion at 147, a guy that even considered a pound for pound all-time great, a guy that outclassed and outpointed Danny Garcia. And Danny Garcia when he was in his prime. Swift Garcia. You know what I'm saying? A guy that's a PBC fighter, one of the all-time greats in PBC. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That's Mr. PBC himself. Keith Thurman, one-time Thurman. You know what I'm saying? From Tampa, Florida. Gets to train all year round. The reason he postponed, he started starting his career because he got married. He got kids now. You know what I'm saying? So now he's back in the game. He wants to become a unified champion at 154, possibly undisputed. You know what I'm saying? Start calling out these guys like Errol Spence. Start calling these guys like Terrence Crawford. If after Terrence Crawford gets that win or loss at 168, he's gonna probably call him. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe he's gonna go up in there and fight Terrence himself because you see him walking around at 175 weight anyway.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what
Hey,
I mean?
listen,
So,
why don't nobody want to fight this Russian guy, Solomon? Turkey Al
because
Sheikh said everybody's ducking him. Virgil, Boots, everybody's
okay,
ducking. Bakram, tell everybody about this guy, bro.
everybody's scared of Bakram because Bakram won. He's a puncher. Bakram is undefeated. Bakram is IBF champion. You know what I'm saying? At 154. Bakram stunned and knocked out Tim Tszyu. Tim Tszyu was on a big winning streak, even though he lost on a cut to Sebastian Fondora, was considered a threat. And the way he lost, he was trying to get in there and slug it with the man. He wasn't using an intelligent approach. He was trying to slug it. He's trying to use balls to the walls kind of approach. And it cost him because this man was catching him with left hooks. You know what I'm saying? All through the night. And he's a big dude, big puncher, and big risk, low reward. So none of these guys want to fight him. Look at Duran, and it's coming at 154. Instead of fighting him, he decides to fight Usman Lima. I think that's a big mistake because Usman Lima is very top heavy. I think Usman Lima, if he wins against Duran, or Duran, if he wins, to get the opportunity to fight and unify against Bakram. Bakram is available, but these guys they keep saying how you call big risk, low reward. You know what I'm saying? He's a threat, undefeated. I was him. I fight the contenders then because if the other champions don't want to fight me, they're avoiding me. See if he could get this guy Tellez to come in and fight him because Tellez had trouble with Abbas, or start calling Abbas. If Abbas gets elevated to full status at WBA, that's a possible because it looks like Abbas is fearless, man. Abbas might probably be the only guy, the WBA interim champion who might be elevated to full-time champion once Terrence Crawford gets in the ring with Canelo. And he might be the only one with any courageousness to fight Bakram. Abbas, as the ex-European Boxing Union champion, the EBU champion, who just won a fight against Teres. Teres is neglecting his training. He's not following his structure in the corner. So if he gets in the ring with a guy like Bakram and continues to do that, most probably he's going to get stopped. So I know he's going to be avoiding this guy like a cancer. So he's not going to step in the ring with Bakram. But I know for sure Abbas will get in the ring with this man right here. You know what I'm saying? The brutal pressure, the man is dangerous in there. He likes to go left hook crazy. He likes to hurt you with a long distance left hook. You know what I'm saying? He looks like a complete fighter in my opinion. Bakram. You know what I'm saying? The most avoided man at the 154-pound division. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz doesn't have a full-size belt, but I noticed that Virgil Ortiz is not calling Bakram either. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Ortiz was dropped by his.
And Turkey says there's another fighter everyone doesn't want to fight. Talk about this guy.
One of my favorite fighters, Janabek Anamakanuli, the unified IBF and WBO champ. You know what I'm saying? This man was so avoided that Demetrius Andrade vacated his belt and went up to 168 and got knocked out by David Benavidez. This man is a unified champion. You know what I'm saying? Knocked out this Italian for the IBF belt in a unification fight. Sent him back to Italy with no belt and a big KO loss. This man also is so dangerous. He's the only guy in the sport of boxing today that doesn't get hit back. He goes in the ring and starts teeing off on these guys. Seldom he gets hit. Unless he loses his focus. But once he's in his A game, he seldomly gets hit. It's one of the current champions in the game today that doesn't get hit back in return. Mind you, he's a southpaw, very dangerous southpaw. He's continuing the legacy of Kazakhstan. He's finishing what Triple G started, creating a legendary status for Kazakhstan fighters. This is Janabek Anamkanuli, people. Assalamu alaikum, Janabek. He's also a practicing Muslim, very religious. You know what I'm saying? Maybe Crawford will get in with Janabek after he's done with Canelo. You know what I'm saying? Win or lose, he still be a highly accredited fight. Maybe Janabek will finish
Yeah,
with
Solomon, now
Canelo.
talk about this guy, yeah? This is only for the hardcores. Other
Adam
people in
Azim.
boxing, they don't know who he is.
Okay,
You're a
Adam
hardcore,
Azim.
you're a journalist. Tell the fucking casuals who this guy is, bro, and tell him what he's going to do.
Okay, that's an undefeated fighter. Currently the IBO champion at 140 pounds. Knocked out Sergey Lepenets, a Ukrainian ex-champion who's trying to become IBO champ. Was knocked out. This man, because he's the IBO champion, gets ranking in the IBF. Most probably, if he wants, he could push a fight with him and Richardson Hitchens and become a unified champion at 140. Richardson Hitchens having trouble getting opponents. Why you don't fight Adam Azim? Adam Azim is a Pakistani national, a Pakistani UK national, who's highly accredited, highly respected, and is the current IBO champ. The RBO champ right now, we're walking into the 5-belt era. Really the 6-belt era because the ring belt is included too. So we in the 6-belt era. We got the ring and the IBO in there to be considered undisputed champion like Usyk. Usyk is the current undisputed champion at heavyweight. He has all those belts. So this man, he has the IBO belt. Also, Jerron Ennis is contesting against the IBO belt against Usman Lima. Know what I'm saying? So this is a very important belt, a belt that opens a lot of doors for you. And this is the man that has that belt at 140.
And now talk about this guy as well, because the casuals don't know him.
Okay, that's the man that's going to be fighting. That's Dalton Smith. He's going to be fighting Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias, the Puerto Rican national who just became the WBC 140-pound champ by defeating Alberto Puello, the Dominican national, who is a two-time champion at 140. And he just gave up that belt on points to my man's right there. Subriel Matias, who became a two-time champion at 140 himself. So Subriel Matias is going to be stepping in the room with this very hot attraction. Dalton Smith, a guy that's undefeated. He comes from the UK. He looks very strong, very good, acclimated son of the sport of boxing, a student of the game. You could tell he's very complete. I haven't seen him with any flaws yet. He's very young, very strong, and wants to become a WBC champion of the world and get the opportunity to unify that belt with Adam Aziz. That's the guy that Adam Aziz most probably going to be fighting because I see him upsetting Subriel Matias. Subriel Matias gets hit too much. He has a very bad defense. He counts too much on his offense. Mind you, Subriel Matias never won a regional belt. Only won the IBF belt and the WBC belt. Never won anything else. You know what I'm saying? So this man right here is going to be working the job, going to be boxing and moving. He's going to be catching Subriel coming in because Subriel is very one-dimensional, man. Very one-dimensional fighter. He was cater-made for Devin Haney. That's why he never fought Devon. That's why he never fought Teofimo Lopez. And that's why he's going to take a loss to Dalton Smith. He's going to take a loss to Dalton Smith. Dalton Smith is going to be the new WBC 140-pound champ. I see Dalton Smith fighting against Adam Azim, become a unified champ, and started from there and move on. Most probably be the ring champion because I think they're going to strip Teofimo Lopez of that ring belt soon, man. He's not going to be considered linear anymore.
Now, Solomon, how much are you interested in the rematch with Paddy Donovan and Cocker?
Well, that's a good fight, man. That's a real good fight. Those guys are very good fighters, man. Those guys
Yeah, talk about this fight, bro.
Well, this guy he beat Croker, beat Paddy Donovan, and Croker is the IBF #1 contender for the belt that this gentleman vacated, Mr. Jerron Ennis. And Croker is a hot attraction, people. He has no other contenders. He's gonna have to run it back with Paddy Donovan. That's the only man courageous enough
Do you
to
think,
fight him.
Pat? Do you think that punch was? I mean, that was after the bell. They said 1 second, right?
Well, what I'm saying is
But
that
Paddy Donovan was actually getting on top of him at
yeah,
the end of the
but you
fight.
could tell like Lewis Croker is a very accomplished fighter, very good fighter. He has grown from that. I don't think Donovan's gonna have anything new for him to do. While Donovan has worked himself into contender status, uh, Lewis Croker has become the #1 contender at IBF. He's thinking his aspirations are to become a world champion, get acclimated to become a world class fighter, and be a world champion. So he's also the #1 guy, #1 guy for the IBF right now. So I don't see Donovan upsetting this guy. This guy's gonna go through like Donovan, like a hot knife through butter. You know what I'm saying? And he's thinking about bigger and better things right now. Once he becomes the IBF champ, I could see him unifying against the other guys because Stanionis has been moved to #2 for the WBA. Stanionis. So Stanionis, don't be surprised. Stanionis gets in the ring with Rolly Morero soon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So don't be surprised this guy starts calling out all these other guys at the welterweight division. He's gonna be a hot champion. He's also from the UK, people. Hot champion, Lewis Croker. Big shout out to Lewis Croker. I like the way you fight, my dear brother. #1 contender for the IBF. You know what I'm saying? I don't see anybody in the IBF giving problems to Mr. Croker. I think Mr. Croker is going to be defending his belt at the IBF for a while till he gets an opportunity to unify against the other champion. I could see him beating Mario Barrios. I could see him beating Manny Pacquiao. I could see he's just too complete of a fighter right now. He's too complete of a fighter, fully focused, got a world class trainer in his corner. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Lewis Croker for being patient and persevering to get the opportunity to win this belt. You know what I'm saying? And Donovan, if Donovan's the opponent, then so be it. Then he's gonna have to run it back with him to become IBF champ. Big shout out to Lewis Croker. You want to go to the next one? Okay, Virgil Ortiz. Virgil Ortiz. Who's that other gentleman there? Virgil Ortiz against Erickson Lubin. Is that Erickson Lubin?
Yeah.
Okay, Erickson Lubin. Erickson Lubin filed his heart out against Sebastian Fondora, and he's been kicked in the backside recently. I don't know why he's not fighting for a world championship. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna fight the interim WBC champion, which is Virgil Ortiz Jr., the killer of the 154-pound division. So this is gonna be a battle of wills because both of these guys are killers. To tell the truth, that dude is a monster. Erickson Lubin is a monster, but he's been knocked out before. He doesn't have a beard. He's been very chinny. So once this guy starts teeing off on him, I'll see a stoppage. I see a stoppage because once this guy starts teeing off, he's a wrecking ball. He's a killer. Virgil Ortiz is a killer. So he's just a contender that's going to get knocked out, man. I don't see why the Hammer is going in the ring with this man. I guess the money's good. I guess PBC is paying him good. I guess Golden Boy is paying him good. Turkey Al Sheik or whoever is paying him good. That he's risking his life, his career against this big wrecking machine, this behemoth for here, because that's what Virgil Ortiz is. You know what I'm saying? I think Virgil Ortiz got to be the most patient 154-pounder because I would have been going crazy by now. I'm interim champion, waiting to fight Sebastian Fondora. Sebastian Fondora is overlooking him all the time, man. He's overlooked. Either he's getting paid very good or something. Because he's very patient, man. Very patient. Because look at Fondora. Fondora want to fight somebody else instead of fighting him, the #1 contender. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand what's the logic there. You know what I'm saying? It's 5:29 right now. Wow. 5:29 in the morning on the East Coast. Wow. We talking professional boxing on Rap Stars Boxing Now. So that's Teofimo against Devin Haney. Or Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson against Teofimo. But that fight's gonna have to take place, man, because Shakur Stevens is He wants to get out of this glue trap of a 135-pound division. Move on to bigger things. Hey man, Steel Farmer is fading. He's wasting away. He's wasting away with a beautiful career he had, while Shakur is flourishing. I think Shakur has enough to upset this guy. I think Shakur Stevenson is going to completely outbox this dude and become a lineal champion at 140. You should put a picture of Fed Pacheco there. Why don't you talk about Fed Pacheco? Why don't you put Federico Pacheco's picture there, man? The 6'5" heavyweight from Los Angeles, California. Federico Pacheco, Big Fed Pacheco. Jacob